Hello, everybody. Tell them where we're at this evening right now.
Right now we are on the Blue Ridge Parkway, just left Maggie Valley, heading towards Cherokee.
Y'all know it's Soko Gap. We're heading over to the 14-mile stretch from Soko Gap to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. And we wanted to go ahead and put our dash cam on to get some of the color change that's starting to occur. It's what's today, October 8th? Friday, October 8th. Still a little early in the month, but the leaves are turning up in the higher elevations, which is where we are now. So wanted to capture some of that. We're also going to be crossing the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. We'll let you see the transition of color from the valley down around Cherokee, which sits around 2,000 feet, all the way up to Newfound Gap, which is just over 5,000 feet. The higher up you go, the earlier the leaves change. So you're going to be seeing a lot of green and some yellows and orange and red the higher up we go. So we are headed over to the Smokies, not for a typical Gatlinburg trip, but tell them what we're going to be doing tomorrow.
We are going on a hike. We are going to be hiking Mount Camerer.
Mount Camerer, one of the toughest hikes in the Smokies. We've not ever done it.
And we are totally physically prepared.
Well, I don't know about that. We've been trying to get totally physically prepared. We've both been trying to lose some weight. Neither one lost the weight we wanted to.
No. But have gained some muscle, I have.
Yeah. But
It started raining.
Yeah, it's starting to rain again, so if I have to turn the wipers on, I apologize for that. But Mount Camerer, I don't speak for you. I'm a little nervous about it, and I'm excited about it. I've read on it. It's going to be a pretty straight uphill hike for about the first 3 miles. So I'm hoping we're up to that. We've done a couple of other difficult hikes in the Smokies, but this one is rated as one of the most difficult. So it's also supposed to have some of the best views, so that's why we're going to do it. And we wanted to do it in the fall when the summer haze has lifted, and hopefully there's some really, really good views up there. Unfortunately, it's been raining here the last 3 days, but it is supposed to clear out by in the morning. And that's when we're going to be starting our hike. So we are praying for clear skies and long-range views tomorrow. So hopefully that's what we'll get. Now we're just riding along the Blue Ridge Parkway now, headed towards the Cherokee Indian Reservation. And that's actually where the Blue Ridge Parkway ends. It runs 469 miles starting in Shenandoah National Park in Virginia and runs down through Virginia, North Carolina, and ends in Cherokee in the Great Smoky Mountains 469 miles later. Wow, some views out there to the left. I know y'all can't see those, but the rain is starting to subside and the clouds are starting to lift a little bit, and that's making for some really nice views down into Cherokee.
Yeah, I think the rain showers, somehow that's kind of breaking up.
Yeah, we're hoping the closer we get to Tennessee, the less there's going to be. Our weather app was showing Gatlinburg clearing out, and it was still raining when we left our house.
Yeah, it was raining pretty good.
Yeah, we've hit pockets where it looked like it was going to clear out, and then 5 miles later, it'd be raining again. So we think we might be getting out of it, hopefully. Ready for some barbecue this evening, and
starving.
And we're going to be doing a separate review. We're going to be trying a barbecue place that we've seen reviews on, have never eaten there ourselves. It's called the Preacher's Smokehouse. It's out in the country outside of Gatlinburg, probably I'm going to say 8 or 10 miles out of Gatlinburg. We'll know when we go. But I've seen some other YouTubers do reviews on it. And all
everybody
of them
likes it.
Yeah, everybody likes it. So we're gonna check it out for ourselves and give you our thoughts on it. I'm a fan of good barbecue, and there's a lot. I'll tell you what, East Tennessee, especially Sevier County, there is an embarrassment of riches when it comes to barbecue places. We'll never get them all tried. but there's just a lot of them, and it's always funny when people are getting on Facebook, the Gatlinburg pages. They always want to know what's the best barbecue in the area, and you always get 100 different answers. That's because there's so many good ones, and everybody's got their favorite. Back home, yes, back home, where's the best barbecue? It's going to be between Dickey's and JD's. That's it.
Yeah, JD's is really good.
Yeah, JD's Smokehouse and Dickey's, which of course is a chain, but they're still really good. But really, we don't have a lot of barbecue back. I mean, we got some, but as far as what I would put really up there at the top, that's it. Here in Sevier County or over in Sevier County,
You got a lot to choose from.
you got tons of them to choose from. Years ago, when we wanted barbecue over there, we either went to Bennett's or Corky's. And both of those are really good. I'm not saying nothing against them. They're really good. But what we're trying to do now is explore some of the non-chain, smaller, maybe a little bit more out options. Like we tried DeLauder's last year, really, really good portion size there. That's probably, I don't know, Tony Gore's portion size.
Yeah, those were, but I mean, DeLauder's, though, they gave you a sandwich.
Tony Gore's, you pay a lot for your portion size, though.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
But DeLauder's, they gave you a scoop or whatever, and then they gave you a bun, right? Because didn't I have enough to eat? And
you had like a barbecue sandwich and like a whole serving. What would be a serving anywhere else?
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
It seemed like we got, what, fried squash?
Yeah, I got the fried squash. I don't remember caring for that much.
I thought it was good.
They had the fried macaroni and cheese.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, macaroni and cheese.
Well, both. I think I did get squash as well.
Yeah, I think we both got the same thing.
Got a review on YouTube. I'd have to go back. That was last Christmas Eve.
Yep, right before the snow came.
Right before the snow came.
Good old memory.
Yeah, but so that was a really good one. I'll tell them where actually the best beef brisket in Gatlinburg is. You can't always get it, but if you can, you should. Tell them where.
Food City.
Food City. That's a grocery store. Now, what you want to look for when you're passing Food City in Gatlinburg is if they've got the barbecue tent set up out front.
They'll have the smoker with the
They'll have the smoker going and the tent. If you see that tent, cancel whatever other supper plans you had and hit your brakes and swerve in there.
Yeah, because they give you a lot. They give it one of those white little styrofoam things.
And go up and ask the gentleman, a little short guy with glasses. I can't remember his name right offhand. Tell him you want a sample of the beef brisket, just to see if you like it. He'll give you a sample. You'll put it in your mouth, and it's going to melt right in your mouth. Okay? And then you're going to want a plate of it. And I think the plate comes with two sides. A bigger portion, it's sliced brisket, it's not chopped. A bigger portion than you're going to get in any restaurant around. I think we got two of those plates for what, $17 or $18?
No, yeah.
Not what
it came with
one
the drink,
would cost
but did it
anywhere
come
else.
with sides? Because I thought we got something inside Food City from the hot bar or something.
That was back during the virus when they weren't really doing the other sides and stuff,
okay.
but that was just one time. I think you can get coleslaw. I want to say beans, or maybe at least cold. Maybe it's one side.
I don't remember.
A roll. It comes with a roll.
I do know. Yeah, you're right. And last time when we went, I got the barbecue nachos.
I didn't try those.
I wasn't a fan of it. I said I would go back to the regular. But I mean, it's just nachos, cheese, and then whatever toppings you want. I had barbecue sauce, and then I think I had one course barbecue.
But trust me on that beef brisket.
I've
that
had
Food City barbecue
It's
tent
good.
is the best beef brisket you're going to get anywhere up here.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best portion, and it's the cheapest price. Now,
And we've taken
how can you go wrong with that? Yeah. We've gotten it before and taken it into the national park and had picnic.
Yeah.
We've actually gone inside Food City and eaten it. We've taken it back to our motel. Our motel's just a mile from Food City.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really good beef
Did we
brisket.
say Food City in Gatlinburg? Did we?
Well, I think I did a minute ago when I said.
Sure. So that way they don't have
past
the
the
one.
Food City. Well, I think they do it at the one in Pigeon Forge too.
Well, I don't know, but we know about the one in Gatlinburg.
But that's out of this world. The ribs, I got the ribs one time. They were good. I think they had been sitting a while. They were maybe a little overcooked. But man, that beef brisket, just trust me, you can thank me later.
It's sliced and it's very good.
Outstanding. And you will not get it. I think I said this for any cheaper. I think both of us got a plate for about $17.
Yeah.
I don't remember if that came with a drink or did.
Well, we've gotten a canned
Even
drink.
if it don't, you're gonna pay $17 anywhere for one plate.
Maybe the drinks were $1 or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember us getting a canned drink.
Best deal in town. The problem is it's not always going on, so if you don't see the tent, just carry on with whatever else you're going to do that day. But I hope the sound is recording on this. If you're watching it on YouTube, it did. We just now got this dash cam, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Tried it out last week. Drove the Blue Ridge Parkway for 75 miles.
Nice day.
Nice day. Got home, was all set to upload it, and realized that the microphone was muted, and we're just sitting there going all day long. So couldn't hear a thing. So we didn't even upload it. So I think we've got that fixed. We're going through an area now, a lot of leaves are on the ground. Nothing more beautiful in the fall than seeing yellow leaves fall from trees as we always say it's leafing when we see that. We're getting back down lower elevation now towards the end of the Blue Ridge Parkway, so it's going to start greening back up. Then we're going to come into the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Hopefully, now I can't promise you, but we're going to be passing the Econo-Lufty Visitor Center, and usually about this time, well, it's a little bit early, but we might see some elk out in the fields. Usually in the evenings they're out there. It's just before 3 o'clock now. It'll probably be a little after 3 when we get there. So the leaves are certainly not at peak just yet, but they are. The colors are starting to change in the mountains. And next weekend we're going to be in another part of the North Carolina mountains, up in Ashe County in the West Jefferson area, and we always go up there the Saturday after October 16th. And this year the Saturday just happens to fall on the 16th. But we always do that because we go up and visit where where Shaughnessy's, is buried at. He's buried on a little family cemetery on the mountainside there in West Jefferson, just outside West Jefferson. And that's a beautiful area in the fall. And the reason we go up that Saturday is because he passed away October 16th of 2010. So we always go up and visit his grave on the anniversary or the Saturday after the anniversary if it happens to fall during the week. But really, it's a beautiful spot up there too. We have to go on somebody's property and walk up on the hill behind his house.
Yeah, it's very country area.
Very, very remote area just outside of Ashe County. Up along, it's either Buffalo Road or Buffalo Creek Road. I think it's Buffalo Road.
Or Buffalo Cove.
Yeah, it's not creek. Yeah, forget that. There is a creek.
There is a creek, yeah.
But it's not called Buffalo Creek. It's either Buffalo or Buffalo Cove. And you ride up that road about, 6 miles, 7 miles up through there before you come to it?
Something like that.
And you talk about a pretty fall drive. Normally we prefer the Smokies over the Watauga County and Ashe County areas. The mountains here are higher and more pretty, but I have to say that part of Ashe County is...
It is really pretty.
It really is. And they've got a nice cheese factory there in West Jefferson that you should try out.
Oh, we should even do a review on that,
Well,
show you that.
Nothing's stopping us.
Remember last year we went across the street and you can actually go in and see where they make the cheese.
Yeah.
That was kind of neat. Yeah, they got all sorts of different types of cheeses, candies.
And we definitely going to do a review for lunch at Shatley Springs.
Yes. Got our reservation.
Shatley Springs is one of the greatest places to eat. If you want down-home Southern cooking, if you're coming to the North Carolina mountains and you want to experience, check that right there. Is that level? Maybe it is. It looks to me like the camera, maybe it's the angle I'm sitting, it looks like it's kind of recording sideways. I can
before you see. Yeah. This hasn't been touched from last week.
No, I can straighten it on the, just leave it, I can straighten it if it is.
I do see like a reflection of that though.
Well, you're going to see that on both sides. But anyway,
right, we'll start over.
Talking about Shatley Springs. If you're coming to the North Carolina mountains and you want to experience North Carolina mountain cooking, you want to make your reservation. If you're going to be in the West Jefferson area.
And they recommend reservations. I mean, I've looked at their Facebook. They are always crowded. They'll have buses come up there.
Especially if you're coming on Saturday, yeah.
Yes. So you can go to their website and it's just, you tell them what day and then it'll show you available times. You know how many people and times, and it's like I did that, and then like within 5 minutes, I had your reservation is confirmed.
Some of the best country ham biscuits you'll ever eat. I mean, I like a Bojangles country ham biscuit, but I'll tell you something, these are out of this world. The fried chicken's really good.
I've gotten, seemed like they had chicken and dumplings one year. That was good. I've
Hamburger
gotten their
steak's good.
meatloaf. That is good. Now, we always just order off the menu, but they have family style. And family styles where they bring you the bowls of all the whatever. I guess all the sides.
I think it's all you can eat. It's family style, and you choose from different things. The reason we don't do that is because there's just to us, it is so expensive per person. It's over $20 a person.
Yeah, it's over $20.
But I'm going to tell you something. If you order off the menu, they're very reasonably priced, and
we leave full.
You leave hurting, not just full, hurting. So that's why we order off the menu, because there's no reason to pay that for family style when you basically get as much as you want anyway.
Yeah, and the biscuits are huge, and he puts country ham on his. But I always ask for strawberry jelly. I love strawberry jelly.
Yeah, don't waste those good biscuits on strawberry
jelly.
You can buy you a can of Pillsbury at the grocery store, put strawberry jelly on. Slap a piece of country ham on them things. And if you want some good eating, that's how you do it. She's from Minnesota. She's not quite learned the southern ways yet. But
Southerners put jelly on their biscuits.
Well, yeah, but not those. Those are a special biscuit, and they got special country ham, and they belong together. It's
I'm not. Country ham's okay every once in a while. That's a lot of salt.
Well, it is. It's not good for you. You wouldn't want to eat it all.
No, but
I'm not going to waste a trip to Shapley Springs and not eat country ham.
You enjoy
it would be wasted gas.
I'm glad you enjoy it. You enjoy every morsel of it.
And in the current America that we have now, which doesn't really resemble the America I'm used to, gas is too much to pay to drive up there and not eat country ham. It's just
well, I've never ate country ham there.
I know, but see, I'm redeeming the gas by eating.
By you doing it.
Yeah,
okay.
You're just riding along.
Okay.
So, yes, see what I'm saying?
Okay, all right. Well, as long as
if you drove up there by yourself and didn't eat country ham, it would be a total waste.
Okay.
All right, we are at the end of the Blue Ridge Parkway in Great Smoky Mountains National Park. We are turning right now to head north towards Gatlinburg. We are just off of the Cherokee Indian Reservation, and we're going to see if there's some elk in the fields here. Can't promise anything just yet, and I don't think there is, because there would be cars stopped if there were. Anyway,
and that's why they have these cones up, because people will
see
pull
the
over there
crossings,
and they'll let you take pictures, but you got to stay on the road.
So no elk right now. Sorry about that.
But yeah, they can be right out there on the sides. I mean,
we've
not
seen
far.
I think last year when we came through, I bet there's 75 to 100.
Yeah, there's a lot. And then up here, once you pass the visitor center, you'll even see sometimes right on the side of the road.
Yeah. At the Econo-Lufty Visitor Center, this is a new visitor center. I mean, I say new, it's been here probably 10, 12 years now. Maybe a little longer. There used to be an old one. This one's much bigger. You got the Pioneer Farmstead out there to your right. This is basically a miniature version of Cades Cove. Right here, you can see the old cabins and restored structures.
And they'll have like a garden out there. You can see different things like that too. Sorry, I've been moving that so
So we are just going to ride through the Great Smoky Mountains National Park now and watch the leaves change back. Right now we're only at about 2,200 feet. So you see a lot of green here, a lot of brown leaves on the ground. Yeah.
I wonder if that's from all the rain.
Probably. Still a lot of leaves yet to turn here. There's some yellows, but the higher we go, we're going to see some more color. We're going to top out at an elevation of 5,048 feet at Newfound Gap, and then we're going to descend back down into Gatlinburg. At some point, we're going to do a ride through of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park and just outline the overlooks, the sights. You can take a detour just before you get to Newfound Gap up Clingman's Dome Road to the highest point in the national park. It's a 7-mile spur road off of Highway 441 that ends in Clingman's Dome parking lot.
Do they see elk or something?
Yeah, there might be an elk possibility right here. There's some vehicles off to the side.
Right there it is.
Oh yeah, big old bull elk right here on the side of the road.
Those horns. Wow.
Yeah, I hope those two women, I say this just about every episode. I know I said this on our Cades Cove video, but people don't realize what those animals can do to you.
Those antlers, yeah.
The antlers, I don't know if this dash cam picked that thing up. The antlers on that thing would pierce you through and out the other side if you made him mad. And
what would you say, they're like 4 feet tall? Something? 3 or 4 feet tall?
A lot more than that.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I'm not going to go over and measure, but I would say that was a nice rack he had on him.
Yeah.
So, I guess people want to get out as long as they stay on their side of the road. It's probably okay. I just read an article this morning before we left to come up here, about a lady somewhere up here in the Smokies. It had to be on the North Carolina side, that got too close to an elk and it chased her, and she was managed to get back to her car, and it rammed her car. You can't fix stupid. You know, you just can't. An animal that's capable of killing you, why would you want to get out and walk up to it?
I'd be scared too.
And it's against, by the way, it is against the rules to do that here in the national park. You're supposed to stay 150 feet away, 50 yards. But especially with elk and with bear, been some bear incidents lately. You know, there was a bear attack last week, not in the Smokies, but off the Blue Ridge Parkway in Asheville. And I understand the feelings on both sides of this one, because what happened was that people were sitting in a grassy area having a picnic, and their dog was supposed to be, by rule, on a leash. It was not. The dog spots a bear and goes after the bear. So the bear attacks. Now, a lot of people, they don't think with their head, they think with their emotions, and they're getting all uptight about this thing. Look, a bear is my favorite wild animal, and a dog's my favorite domesticated animal, so I don't want either one of them to have to suffer, you know.
What's going on up here?
Probably more elk, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'd say there's an elk sighting up here. But the dog chases after the bear, and the bear attacks, so the people call their dog, it comes back to them, they retreat to their car, the bear continues to attack their car after they're in it, and from what I understand, got up on top of their car. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, the bear was just being a bear, those people should have had their dog, the people should have had their dog on a leash, no question. The thing about a black bear is they typically avoid human interaction, and the fact that this bear was that close to those people picnicking, it was obviously aware of them. I don't know, this is not an elk sighting,
No.
This is just a bunch of people stopped.
They slid off. I
Oh,
know
that's
that
what
feeling.
Let's not go there, okay? We don't need to bring up things 2 years ago, alright?
I was going to say, we could interject.
Some things you never live
clip.
down.
Everything was so...
Since you had to bring that up, you want to just tell them what happened?
We were coming back from Cades Cove. Beautiful fall day. Been enjoying
You just need to pull off the side of the road for a minute.
Yes.
I'm going to go into why.
Well, that's the funny part.
No, it's not.
Well, not the funny part, but...
It's funny for you.
On the video,
It happened to you.
I made a Snapchat. What's so funny about it? Let me back up. I made a Snapchat video. So he was going to pull off the side of the road. Yeah. He pulls off the side of the road, and where it had been raining.
It was a little grassy area.
Yeah. And so basically, where it had been wet, the ground was given, so we slid.
We kept sliding off the road.
Yeah, so we're stuck. And so anyway, so we have to call a wrecker, trying to wait for someone to come help us.
Let's not mean she is.
I get my phone out, put my little Snapchat filter on, the one that gives you the nice big mouth and gives you the little funny voice.
And I don't even know she's doing that. She just says, tell everybody what happened. I thought, well, whatever.
So
and like an idiot,
so he
I
starts.
start talking. I didn't realize she's got this Snapchat on my face, distorting my face and my voice.
And what's so funny is, I have my phone up, and so he goes like this, he goes, why are you laughing? I'm like,
Yeah,
just
she was sitting there
going.
laughing at me. I think, this is not funny. We're stuck. I have no idea. I don't even know if I knew what Snapchat was or did at that time. So I forgot all about it. We finally get back to town a couple hours later. I'm taking a shower, and I hear this noise out in the motel room. I thought she was screaming.
I thought I was crying or something.
I thought she was crying or screaming. I thought it was somebody come in the room. She's laughing. She's watching that stupid video that I still don't even know exists. That's when she showed it to me. Now,
I said, I'm fine. Yeah. Should I play it now and just let everybody hear it?
what were we talking about before you got off on that other crazy stuff? What was we talking about?
were talking about the bear on the people's car.
Yeah, the bear. Let's get back to what we was talking about. See how she'll do.
Put in the comments if you'd like to see that.
You people
video.
talk about passive aggressive now. Okay. Anyway.
They need to enjoy that.
So the bear was, no, we're not going to put the Snapchat video on here. That's not happening.
Or at least let them hear it.
I'll shut the vlog down for you. Okay. But the bear attacked, and you got people on both sides. You got a lot of emotions. People saying the dog should have been on a leash, and it should have. But they made the decision to try to catch the bear and trap it and euthanize it. And I get that. I do understand. The good news is they've called off the search. They were not able to find it. My hope is they don't find the bear and the bear never does anything else. That's my hope. The thing that's troubling is that bear would not normally have been around those humans that close. It would have tried to avoid them, but they were picnicking. That indicates to me the bear might have had some predatory intentions. No way to know that for sure, but to me that's a strong possibility. And maybe it just wanted the food, but you would think if once they retreated back to their car, maybe, I don't know if they left the food or not, to be honest with you. So I shouldn't say on that, I don't know. But anyway, the dog did what is in its nature to do, and that's protect its family from a perceived threat. Dogs are loyal, they're going to protect you. The bear did what was its nature, I guess, to protect itself. It was just a situation that could have been avoided by people. I should say not approaching the wildlife. These people didn't approach, but they had their dog running loose. We take our dogs to the Smokies. They're not with us this time because we're not allowed to hike with them in the Smokies. So we did leave them with our son, but some nice color changing right through here. I'm going to hit the wipers one time, get those droplets off. We've got some nice yellows right here. But we left our dogs with our son this weekend because we're going to do the hike, and you're not supposed to bring dogs on the hiking trails in the Smokies. So when you do bring your dogs, you gotta follow the rules. That's what I'm trying to say. Collins Creek picnic area over to the left. Now we're back to mostly green. Up in these mountains, it can change within a mile. You know, you can hit an area of nice color, and again, it's still just starting to come in.
The river is really
the river's
rushing.
full.
Yeah, all that rain.
We should have went to Mingo Falls.
Oh, I bet you it was very
muddy
cool.
walk up there. Mingo Falls is a beautiful waterfall.
It is.
Just outside of the Smoky Mountains on the Cherokee.
Now we got a review or video of that, don't we?
From last Christmas, yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
That was a dangerous. I honestly, it was beautiful, but I would not recommend that hike. It was ice coated. The steps going up had ice on them.
The rocks.
Once you got past the steps, the whole path was just a solid sheet of ice. It was. I would think if you fell, you could hurt yourself really badly.
Oh yeah, you could.
You got a lot of rushing waterfalls coming down out of the sides of the mountains here, especially after 3 days of rain. Yeah, that river's full.
Heavy rain. Heavy rain.
Oh yeah. Now we're picking up some speed. I guess the RV's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, he pulled off
did he?
back
I didn't
there.
notice
I don't know if he was just letting people by or if he was going to look at something.
Well, I appreciate people that will do that if they're going to, you know. It's always posted through the national park on both sides. Be courteous and slower traffic, use the pull-offs. And I understand some vehicles can't pull this mountain, but as long as they do that when they can, it's great. They always say don't be in a hurry when you go through the Smokies, and that's normally true, but we are starved.
Yes.
We haven't eaten today, or you might have eaten. You said
I
you
had two boiled eggs and a tiny little cup of yogurt.
I haven't eaten anything today.
First thing this morning, and I woke up hungry, so that little bit after 3 o'clock is their breaks.
Yeah, wow.
You just had to pour water on that.
Yeah, I was throwing water on the side of his wheel because he got smoke coming out the side of it. It's not good.
Mm-mm.
Good.
Mm-mm.
I don't think I've ever had that or seen that. I
Right.
smell brakes.
I wonder if can your brakes stick?
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe that's what
The
happens.
caliper.
Or like
I'm no
you
mechanic.
leave your emergency brake on, could that?
Yeah.
Is your emergency brake now? Is that in the front or in the back or is it both? Or
How will you know everything if I always tell you?
yeah, sure. Good answer.
Yeah, you have to learn some things for yourself once in a while.
And then share the knowledge once I find out.
Right.
I remember that line for next time you ask me something and I don't know. I'm gonna say.
I know, that don't work both ways now. Oh, I guess it does.
That was good.
This is some of the most muted yellow I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Right here. It's not really vibrant. We've seen some prettier than this.
It's more like it's just kind of turned yellow, greenish, and then it's brown and falling off.
Yeah.
I remember, I mean, I was only 5, but I remember my mom when we moved here from Minnesota. Now, in Minnesota, on the side of the road where the white line is, there's like another foot and a half of road. They always have that extra little space over there.
I wish they do that here for my city.
And I don't know why they do that, but my mom, I remember her saying how much trouble she had, you know, or I shouldn't say trouble, but, you know, just the road was so much more narrow for her because she was always used to that little thing on the side.
Oh, you mean when she come down here?
Yeah. Did I not say that? When we moved here. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the roads are more
You're
narrow.
supposed to be, well, no, I would think the regular driving lane would be the same width.
It is. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure the road itself is whatever the regulation size is. We'll learn that later. But the thing on from the left, or the white line.
But you weren't supposed to be over in that little side part anyway.
No, I know, but there was always nice that you had that in case you hit that white line. I grew up driving down here, and I'm an excellent driver, and I can keep up between the lines. Well, lets me drive quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, you need practice. You're not great at parking. You're talking about somebody cannot hit a parking space straight.
Well, it depends on the vehicles around me. I can back in pretty good to a space. Especially my car, because it's got a rear view camera. Which
well,
is
yeah,
really
that
nice.
helps.
It's pretty nice.
We're not in your car this trip.
No, we're not.
I don't often go till 3:30 in the afternoon without ever eating a bite of food. Do what?
I was going to say, I have some water here if you need to kind of fill in the gap.
That'll
that
hit
helps.
the spot.
Well, no, I didn't say it, but it helps fill your stomach up so you're not so hungry. We don't keep snacks or anything in the cars or anything like that.
Very rarely. We have our hiking energy bars. They're back there in the cooler.
And those are for tomorrow.
Those are for tomorrow. Well, I don't think we're going to need 12 bars tomorrow. Surely not.
Never know. Depends on how big they are, too.
Those Cliff bars, I've never had them.
I hadn't either.
I googled best hiking food, and that's what came up.
So that's what we got.
We usually get the Great Value granola bars or something from Walmart.
I'm trying to remember what we got when we did the Gregory Bald. I don't think it was the Walmart brand, but it seemed like
That would have been those Quaker. I think that was the chocolate covered ones.
it did
I like
have
those
chocolate
really good.
cover. Yeah, but I was thinking it was some type of like energy. Well, no, not energy.
They were, but then they had like the chocolate coating on. Those were good now.
Yeah, it just seemed like she seemed depressed. She's on the motorcycle taking pictures.
Who?
There's people on those motorcycles. They went by the woman in the back. She was like
Well,
taking
that's not
pictures.
safe. Oh, she on the back.
Yeah,
Okay.
she wasn't driving.
Oh, brown over there. Not really much color change behind us there.
Thankfully, it's not raining.
And
We're
just a
not
little
in the
tip,
clouds.
if you want to see the leaf progression in the Smokies, there's webcams. There's there's 3 high elevation webcams. One of them's Klingman's Dome. It's mainly pointed to where you see a lot of evergreens, so it's kind of hard to tell a leaf change from that one. But Newfound Gap has a webcam, and Purchase Knob, which is over on the North Carolina side between Maggie Valley and Cataloochee, they have a webcam. And those 2 webcams were showing some pretty decent color change up high. I want to say Purchase Knob's elevation is about 5,000 feet too, roughly. And Newfound Gaps is about 5,000. And then you got some lower elevation ones too, but
Guess where the new people in front are from?
Florida.
Oh wait, that's the black colored vehicle. I don't know the one. Sorry, I
Let me
didn't
see
see
if
them.
I can make that. It's a little far away. It does not look like Florida though.
But they're turning off.
But the one behind them is Florida, so now the Florida's going to be in the front.
Maybe he was just slowed down by the one.
We like Florida. We
Well,
really
we
do.
do.
We like Florida. I don't like your football teams, but we like the state. Some beautiful, best beaches in the country.
Oh yeah.
At least what we've been to.
Mm-hmm.
we've not been out to the Pacific Coast yet. But the best beaches we've ever been to are in Florida. We live closer, probably the closest beach to us is North Myrtle Beach area. That's good for a weekend. Nothing wrong with that area. I mean, we enjoy. We go down there a time or two a year, but
go to fish.
Yeah, go to fish. But if you want beautiful blue aqua,
if you want the real beach experience, you're gonna
go to white
Florida.
Sand. Go to the west coast of Florida.
Yes. Where they have the coconut palms.
Clear water, and I'm not talking about the town Clearwater. That's nice too, by the way. But the water clear is what I mean.
They got all the different palm tree varieties.
Yeah, something you don't get.
The sun just seems to feel better on you when you're down there too.
You'd know, wouldn't you? Down Flagler Beach.
Well, yeah, but I just mean, it is. It's just like...
Do not go to sleep for 3 hours on the beach with the sun beating down on you, or you'll end up looking like a lobster like she did.
Well, let's just back up. We had went out to the beach. It's clouding up like it's going to rain. Our last day on the beach, and I'm in a bad mood thinking,
really?
My last day...
Complaining like I've not heard in a while.
I thought I was doing it silently. But anyway.
No, you're pretty audible.
But anyway, so it's like, we play in the water some, then I go sit in the chair, and he's like, I'm going to go back to the room and take a nap. I'm like, okay. So my beach chair, the back part reclines flat, so I just go straight back flat. And it's almost like I passed out. I went sound asleep.
But she was griping about, why don't the sun come out?
And it
My
was
last
like,
day here,
all
but no
of
sun.
a sudden, I wake up like someone had just...
I had gone back to the room because I was...
he's asleep at the room, and I wake up, sun is out there, it's not a cloud in the sky, and I'm thinking, how long has it been sunny? I am hot. So I go get in the water, cool myself down, and I put a towel over me, and I'm like, and I remember when I come back to the room, you
looked like, miserable for days.
You were like, are you okay? I said, I think I got burnt. And then when we went out to eat, the heat started. You know, when you get that real bad sunburn, how you have like I guess like a fever. Your skin has a fever. I didn't burn. I mean, I didn't peel. I did burn.
I don't see how you didn't peel.
Aloe vera constantly, all over my face, my chest.
Some color now, some yellows, a little bit of orange. Kind of muted in my opinion. I've seen brighter colors than this in other years. I hope this is not going to be a dud year.
Well, it's not really like, I don't want to say peak, but...
No, it's not anywhere close to peak yet. Probably another, at this elevation, 5,000 feet, it usually does peak by next weekend. I could still see that happening if it was to get some cool nights, but it started off earlier. It started off turning earlier this year, but it's not really turned fast. So we saw some on the Blue Ridge Parkway last week between Asheville and the Smoky. Some really nice color in some spots. Graveyard Fields has already peaked.
Yeah.
Rough Ridge is supposed to peak by this weekend. That's up near our neck of the woods. One other spot turns really early too. It's supposed to peak this weekend. Can't place where it's at now. But one of my things I like to do is get on the various webcams and just try to see where the colors are in that area. I was looking at West Jefferson today. It looks like it's almost all still green, maybe a little bit turning. I actually looked at some West Virginia webcams and not any more than this.
Oh, really?
I was surprised by that. But 2 years ago, they told us it was going to be a really, really bad year for color. And I thought it would be. The temperature stayed 90 degrees at home until August. I mean, not August, October. That's rare. August is not rare to have 90 degrees. But usually at home, we'll get our first nights in the 40s in September. Late September. And then by October, your summer heat's usually gone. We get some days 75, 80, but nothing. And that year, it stayed low 90s up until early October. That turned out to be one of the best color years we had 2 years ago. Remember we came up here and Roaring Fork was vibrant. Rode over to Kate's Cove. That was what we was talking about earlier.
See, there's that plaque. We need to see what that's, because I remember it's...
I see the flag.
It did say something.
That's one of the prettiest. This is the Econolofty Valley overlook. Still looks pretty green. It's one of the prettiest overlooks, in my opinion, in the Smokies. And we're approaching Newfound Gap. I know there's color at Newfound Gap because I've been watching the webcam. looks like the rain has moved on.
And hopefully whatever road work, I forgot about that until I saw that sign. They're not doing it because it has been raining.
Yeah.
Because remember last time it was just like one-way traffic. They'd have to alternate letting people go.
Yes. Now right here on the left, if you want to go to Clingman's Dome, the highest point of the Smokies, which I do recommend if you've got time. I'll tell you a little bit more about it, but right here is where you turn. If you're coming up out of Cherokee, it's going to be on your left. You should be able to see the sign there, Clingman's Dome, next left. If you're coming up out of Gatlinburg, you're going to pass Newfound Gap, and it'll be on your right. We're 0.2 miles from Newfound Gap. We'll ride through Newfound Gap right quick. Clingman's Dome is a must-see if you're coming to the Smokies and if you're in good enough shape to hike up to the top of it.
It's paved.
0.5 miles, half a mile hike.
And it's
steep.
Steep. And because it's paved, it's harder on your calves just because your feet are got that weird angle.
Yeah, we both agree, and probably the same for y'all. We'd rather hike in the woods, a longer hike of several miles. Even
if it's the same grade.
Yeah, if it's the same grade, then walk up a paved path. Paved paths are hard.
They are.
And I get more winded on Clingman's Dome going up that half a mile than I did hiking up Grandfather Mountain a few weeks ago, and that was a tough trail. He's waiting on the parking space I didn't see. Yeah, there's color up here. It is color changing. It is color changing. It's just not bright as I've seen it before. That tree's that's the one I've been seeing on the webcam. The webcam's up there. That's the one I've been seeing that was really vibrant. It's shedding its leaves already. It's peaked. A couple of days ago, that was a pretty tree. So anyway, there's the color at Newfound Gap. So, are we gonna keep recording on down into Gatlinburg, or just because it's gonna go back green pretty soon? We'll leave it on a little bit longer.
Yeah, we'll leave it on.
I think the worst of the weather is behind us, though.
I think so.
And you'll never guess where that car in front of us is from. Now, right here at Newfound Gap, I was going to tell them more about Clingman's Dome. You're on the North Carolina-Tennessee state line right here. The Appalachian Trail cuts across here. And should you want to drive here and hike to the end of it in Maine, I think it says 1,972 miles.
I can't read.
A day's hike. I have the good long-range vision.
I got my contacts and it's supposed to help with that, but apparently just still not.
Our vision is opposite of each other's.
So we complement each other in that area, yeah.
As I got older, when I turned 40, I started losing, I used to have perfect vision. I started losing my ability to see up close. I have to hold things now a long ways away or put on glasses, which y'all are never going to see me wearing. I don't look that great in them. But I can still see like a hawk from a long distance. I can read signs twice as far as she can.
Yeah.
And she can read things up close 5 times better than I can. So,
yeah. It's like, apparently my eyes have been, as far as distant vision, bad. Because I remember when I got my glasses, was that 2017, I think? I was like, I can actually see the different leaves on the trees as I was driving. I remember that was just like a first for me. But as my eyes are getting older,
seeing leaves on the trees was a first?
I mean, the distinction of the leaf. You know, otherwise it kind of just all blended together, unless I was right there on it. But it's like now as I'm older, it's like...
No, wait a minute. Oh, go ahead. Huh?
It's like, if I stick my arm out, I can see... Oh,
there's some pretty color right here.
Oh, yeah.
I hope you're seeing that. We're in the shadow. That's pretty vibrant.
Yeah, that is. That'd be real pretty in this couple of days.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But I'm saying, you know, just arm's length. If I don't have my contacts in, I can see about to my arm length, and then everything gets blurry. And it's like but yeah, up close, I'm
Morton Overlook here on the left. Excellent place to see a sunset. Not today, but yeah. I want to go back to something you said, that apparently your long-range vision's always been bad. You first spotted me from a distance.
Well, you weren't that far away.
What you're trying to say there is you just couldn't see. And I think
no, I'm not saying it.
Given some of the comments that some people with no manners leave on our videos, I think a lot of people would agree with that.
No, I'm not talking about when I was a teenager. couldn't tell you exactly when it started, but as I got older.
And I smell a stink bug in here. I felt something on my leg, now I smell it. Y'all have stink bugs where you live?
Those are nasty.
Do you smell that?
No. Is it on you?
No, well, I felt it on my leg, now I don't see it, but...
Oh, wait, now I think I do start to smell it. Well, I hope it didn't
I don't
go in
see
the
how
vent.
you don't smell that. Ah,
Yeah, oh yeah, now I'm smelling it.
it's a stink bug. Those are the nastiest things. They get in your house.
Tell them what happened with you with the stink bug.
Let's just say they taste just like they smell. What was that?
I just, it makes me just gag thinking about
This
it.
has been 5-6 years ago. One got in my cup and I was at work. There he is. Roll your window down. Okay, I got him. See? Throw him out. And it's flying around here.
Open your window.
Get him out of here.
Give him a little shove. There you go.
He's my hand. Give me a wipe. Good night. I picked him up and he stuck my hand up.
He said, if you're not going to let me ride, you're still going to smell me.
Yeah,
I think you got sanitizer over there beside it, too.
Yeah, we carry that in our vehicles now. Well, that's pretty. The color's a lot prettier over on this side, actually, Tennessee side so far.
Yeah, it is.
Much better. Anyway, a few years at work, one had gotten in my cup at the house, my drink cup. I always take a cup of ice water with me or something to work. So, put it in my cooler, going to work. Apparently one got in my cup, and it was dead because I'd filled it up with ice. I guess I drowned it, and I filled my cup up with water. So I've been drinking out of that cup all day long like I had good sense.
I don't see how it didn't even leave a taste.
So at the end, I have a bad habit, and I've kind of broke it. My dentist told me I got to quit chewing ice because it's not good for your teeth. But at that time, after my drink was gone, I'd chew my ice up and crunch it up. So I've been doing that, lifting the cup up, getting a piece of ice, chewing up. So finally, you know how in your cup there's always that one little last thing down there? Well, I'm not actually looking in there, so I get that last piece of ice and another object in my mouth, so I just chomp. I knew immediately what I'd done. But I also carry toothbrush and toothpaste to work with me every day. I keep that in my lunch box. I always try to brush after every meal. I'm a little bit of a clean freak, germaphobe, so I've always done that. Thank God I did that day, because I knew immediately when I chomped that was not ice. It wasn't as hard as ice, and it didn't taste like ice. And like I say, it tastes just like they smell.
I think about that now so often in my cups. And stink bugs like to get in small little crevices. Like if you pull a picture frame out from the wall, sometimes they'll be back there. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've noticed that. And the other morning, I have a cup it's a shaker cup, and I put my pre-workout in it. Well, there's a little flip-top lid.
A lot better color over here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is. When I flipped that little lid, when I was getting it out of the dish strainer, I saw under that little flip-top lid, there was a stink bug. I thought of you. I thought, if that had been in there, see, I think I would probably be sick on my stomach.
Oh, believe me, I was. Everybody at work enjoyed it. I will say that. The girl that was working next to me, she had to tell everybody.
It's always funny when it's someone else.
Oh yeah, always funny when it's somebody else.
But yeah, I cannot imagine that.
Should start getting out of the color changing back down to the green now. But I honestly, after you come off Newfound Gap on the Tennessee side, the color is much better.
It is.
That surprises me, because usually the North Carolina side changes first. And it wasn't as vibrant.
No, it wasn't.
So
even the leaves on this side look a little bit more, not as brown, you know what I'm saying, from where the rain took it off.
So we need something to tell on you now.
I'm perfect.
I don't even know what to say to that.
There ain't nothing to say on me.
In all these years, you've not done anything story-worthy that we could tell about? You got some good one-liners. I'll give you that. Stuff that just makes absolutely zero sense. Just give me a while to think of a few of them.
Well, I can think of one. Dylan was a baby, and he was drinking his water, not a baby, but he's drinking his water real fast. And when I say something
oh yeah, my mom was there. Now my mom, she'll be watching this. One of the most, you don't make a mistake, or there will be a sarcastic comment to follow.
I wonder where.
So our little boy had choked on his water, and Shaughnessy says, Dylan, don't swallow your water whole. My mom says, that's right, Dylan, be sure to chew your water from now on.
Oh, is that what it was? I remember saying something about the water, but I've never, yeah.
Was that the one you was talking about?
That's the one, but I didn't remember how it was worded. That's why I was struggling there at first, because I remember saying something, and yeah, your mom did come back. Remind Dylan how to.
Where I get that.
Yeah, I know, that's what I was going to say. I don't know where you get that from.
We just lost one subscriber.
No, she loves us. And we love her.
Allen Cave trails. We got parking all up and down the side of the road here.
Yeah, even though it had been raining.
That's a good trail to hike. You can go as far as the bluffs, or you can go all the way to Mount LeConte, but you want to get here early. When we came in June, we were very fortunate to get a space because somebody was just leaving.
In the parking spot, yes.
Yeah, in the parking lot, not having to park on the side of the road. There were people parked on the sides of the road then. But
yes, there were.
But we just happened to be pulling through there when somebody was leaving, so we ended up getting one. And now we've got a guy from Georgia up here and 25 miles an hour.
Right, no smoke.
Huh?
Somebody pulling off the side there.
Yeah, it's starting to green on up now. Still a little bit of lingering yellow.
I think the only stupid thing I've ever done was when the battery cable came off the vehicle.
Oh, that was
that'll
a
probably
good
be
one.
the only thing I've
Are
ever.
you kidding me? You think that's the only thing you've ever done?
Worth telling anyway.
Yeah, that was on the Buick, wasn't it?
Yes.
We had a Buick Century. This is many moons ago. Why were you following me home? Anyway, the battery cable had it wasn't connected correctly, or had a short. I think we did end up having to replace the cable. But you would just lose power on the car all of a sudden. So you were following me home from somewhere, and I think we had actually just bought I think we picked the cable up, and we was going home. So we get on our road.
He's in front of me, whatever vehicle we had.
Yeah, we're going through our neighborhood, and I noticed that we're on our road. She's not behind me anymore. I had been all the way home. So what happened was she had lost power and the car had cut off. Now that's not the funny part. I couldn't. Yeah, this was amazing. I go inside the house. That's when we had like a phone answer machine. It wasn't voicemail.
It was actually a physical box.
A physical answer machine. And if somebody happened to be calling, you'd hear their voice as they're leaving the message coming across loud and clear. So I walk in the house, and she's calling me.
Actually, it was when we had a cell phone. So we had a
You had a cell phone, but there was, I don't even think we had voicemail at that time. That was back when we had like a 30-minute a month cell phone package. You didn't even use it all.
Yeah.
This is in the 90s, I'm going to say, or mid-90s, late 90s. So she's calling me and telling me that the car has cut off, the power is off. And I'm like, okay, no, probably back out there. And she says, I can't get the doors open. I don't know how much air I'm going to have left in here.
Oh, so I can't get the windows down.
Yeah, because everything was power. Now, there's two problems with that. Number one, you don't suffocate sitting in a car.
Well, I have this fear of suffocating, and in a small area.
I remember how many times when we were dating did we just sit and talk in a car that's turned off, and we didn't ever suffocate.
And I was in a panic mode at the time.
And then the other one is you can manually unlock the doors. You don't have to have power. You can actually just unlock it and open it.
All I could think about, I can't get my window down. The car's off. Yeah. I'm going to suffocate before he comes back out here.
People like that don't survive real tragedies because, or real, what's not tragedy? What's the word I'm looking for? Dangers. Or bad situations.
I have matured and grew up.
All you have to do is manually unlock the door and open it and get out. And then it's all the air you want. But anyway, she was never in any danger. I went right back out there, and but I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I don't know how much air I've got left. Anyway, yeah, that was a good.
I think that was about the only thing.
I guarantee you, there's more. I just ain't thought. I try not to focus on things like that. I try to be a positive person.
I was gonna say, so many of our friends know about that and still laugh about it.
Yeah. Some things you never live down.
No.
Almost down the mountain, passing the Carlos Campbell overlook here. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That was
back there.
Yeah,
it was the one we
this
just
is
passed.
the same view, but it's,
Yeah. The other one's actually named that.
Yeah.
Closer and closer to food time. Hey, did I ask them how late they're open till?
Ask Smokehouse.
Yeah.
7.
I did ask them that. Okay.
You asked if they're open, then she said until 7.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah. So we're going to be going to Preacher's Smokehouse here in a little bit. We are going to do a separate review of that. In fact, that one's going to get uploaded before this one because I can't upload this one. It's on an SD card until I get back home to my computer. I'm going to do the other one with a phone so I can upload it on the motel's Wi-Fi tonight. So that one's actually going to get uploaded first, barring any Wi-Fi issues. But I'm about as hungry as I've been in a long
I know,
time.
that's why I'm just keep sitting here thinking.
So I'm trying to lose every bit of weight I can for the hike tomorrow, but the bad part about that is when you start getting hungry and you're go out to eat, you tend to over order.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It's like then you become like, I don't know what the word is.
I already know what I'm getting. I'm gonna get the 3 meat combo. I want to try it. I've seen reviews, 3 different things. And I'm gonna try all of them.
I want to know what the skillet bun.
I think if you do, yeah, you can ask them. It's someone on the menu called a skillet bun. We don't know what that is.
It's a dessert.
Oh, it's a dessert.
Yes, and I like sweet stuff.
That don't sound like a dessert.
Well, it was over there with the banana pudding.
Well, it's going to have to be mighty good for me to get it instead of banana pudding. I've never met a banana pudding I didn't like. So, in fact, that's one of my all-time favorite desserts. Don't get it at home very much. I'm not hinting or
I guess
anything.
I need to make it.
I'm not. No hint. No special reason for mentioning that. Just, you know.
Just it would be nice.
Speaking my mind.
Just would be nice if it just happened to appear one day.
But this
right?
is the fall, so it's time for apple pies, pumpkin pies.
Now, I do baking and stuff in the fall.
You do very well and stuff like that. She makes really good apple turnovers. If I'm going to criticize, I need to compliment as well, I guess.
Thank you.
Your apple turnovers are good. Your apple pies are very good. Your pumpkin pies are very good.
Thank you.
So your banana pudding's non-existent.
I've made banana pudding, and you've liked it.
I have, yeah. I know it's good when you make it. What was it, like 19?
I made one this past year. I'm sure I did. I do at least once a year.
Did. First year we've ever not made homemade ice cream all summer. It just hit me. We didn't thought about it. It hit me that day. You know what? We have not made ice cream this year. I felt like a terrible person.
And we used to do that regularly.
We have made every flavor of homemade ice cream
that you could think of.
Chocolate peanut butter, chocolate mint. We made pumpkin pie ice cream one year.
Tell them what the most unusual one was that we made. Flavor.
I found, yeah, that's right out of the garden. I actually found in a vegetable magazine, somebody suggested tomato ice cream. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep.
Now, I would not necessarily make it again, but it wasn't terrible. It really wasn't.
And it was like we had his mom, stepdad, and sister come over
to guess what kind it was,
and they liked it. But it's just like once
they found out what it was,
then it was kind of like, okay. But yeah, I remember I used to get like where you can get the instant cheesecake boxes. You know, it's got the crust.
Make cheesecake ice cream.
Yeah, and I remember I put what's that, mini chocolate chips in it. We made mint chocolate chip. I love that ice cream.
We made lemon ice cream.
That was good.
I like that better than she does. To me, that's really good on a hot summer day. Lemon is very refreshing, like lemonade.
Tell them the flavor you used to make before we go to Florida.
Oh yeah, that was a threesome. Orange, pineapple coconut. Is that right?
Yeah. Did you
I
ever
think
put banana?
I made banana, but I never put banana in that. Orange pineapple coconut.
That was always good.
Oh yeah, we made that. We took the freezer one time, made it in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorites. But we did not make even a batch of vanilla this year. We are horrible, horrible people. Then a couple of years when our peach trees did good, which has not been lately. Make some homemade peach ice.
That was so good. We had so many peaches. I was canning peaches. That was good.
Yeah. One year it produced a heavy crop, and it's not done much since.
It's like whenever it does make peaches, little worms or something gets in it, and all this little jelly stuff comes out of the peach.
Well, that's the inside of the peach.
Well,
The
still
juice.
jelly stuff, whatever. They're eating our peaches.
Now, the Gatlinburg Trail, which starts at the edge of town, is one of only 2 pet-friendly trails that you can take your dogs on in the park, and they closed it down yesterday for bear activity. So I wonder if they're going to even let them remain pet-friendly, because that's a nice little trail there. It's easy, and it's along the river, and you can take your pet. The dogs love it, and now they're going to start having bear activity there. And we are one of the people, we have probably been to Gatlinburg more than anybody else on the planet, at least that lives in our county in North Carolina. I guarantee you, if there's anybody that's been to Gatlinburg more than us, we are yet to see a bear in town, ever.
Oh, they had their dogs on a little crate, and they had little sunglasses on them. I wonder if that showed up on the... Oh, I hope that showed up on the video.
Why does the dog need sunglasses in the shade?
It was so cute. Well, it wasn't in the
I
shade
bet the
till
dogs
now.
love it. Anyway, we've never seen a bear roaming town. And that's hard to take when you got these people that come to Gatlinburg for the first time, and the next thing you know, they're posting videos of a bear walking through town.
So we decided when we come back in November on our couples trip, well, me and Jessica were talking
Our
about
church
this.
couples trip.
We're going to come out late and walk. No, that don't sound
Yeah,
right.
like after everything.
I was going to say, that don't sound right. But I mean,
walk the streets late, are you? Okay.
well, we're going to bring y'all with us.
Me and Tyler, but we might want to come along for that.
Y'all are going to come with us, but we're going to walk and see if we can see a bear uptown.
You gotta watch what you say.
That's where he was saying a minute ago where I can have some real good one-liners and not even think about it, I guess.
You said something in the grocery store, Walmart, here recently, and it was a doozy, and I cannot think of it.
Grocery store?
Yeah. Might have been Food City up here. Did you say something dumb when we were in the Food City? Well, okay. I mean, we all say something dumb.
Yeah, I do.
But did you say something in Food City when we were getting groceries for a camping trip? It just seems like I'll think of it eventually.
I can't think of it.
All right, we're coming. Actually, obviously, we're coming into Gatlinburg now.
Here we are. And here's everybody else.
Texas Roadhouse here on the left has been closed down for what, 2 years now?
Yeah, I guess so.
Here on the right is the Cherokee Grill. Highly recommend
Yes,
that place if
very good.
If you want a prime rib or a ribeye steak, just there's where you want to get it.
Mm-hmm. And Calhoun's, now when we went there the last time, we weren't doing reviews. But
Yeah.
theirs is good. And I got a prime rib.
Calhoun's has a smoked prime rib. I'll tell you
Yes,
why
good.
we went for that. Best prime rib we ever ate in our lives was a smoked one, and it was in a place we can't get around here. It was called Saltgrass Steakhouse. It's a Texas chain. We were in Dallas. We went there and got that prime rib, and I got a ribeye that day, and you got the prime rib, and I took a few bites of yours, and that was literally the best smoked prime rib. It had a smoky flavor. It was just
That's what got me
it was prime
started
rib perfection.
on prime rib. Cause, I mean, I might have had it once or twice before that, but normally I'd get steak or chicken. But it's like now, if we go somewhere and they've got prime rib, I'm getting prime rib to see if I can ever find someone who makes it.
So we saw on
like
Calhoun's menu it said smoked prime rib, and we thought, we're going to get something that's going to compare to Saltgrass. It didn't. It was good.
It was.
If we'd never had Saltgrass, it would have been good.
Mm-hmm.
But it just wasn't it. But I think the best prime rib in this area is in Knoxville at Ye Old Steakhouse.
Very good.
And
Very good.
the best in Gatlinburg is Cherokee Grill.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cherokee Grill has the best steak in Gatlinburg too. I know a lot. I know. Yeah, people
just-
say what's the best. Everybody always says the Peddler, hands down. There is no hands down. What you're saying when you say hands down is my opinion's the final authority, and nobody else has one. Some people do like the Peddler. We like the. I thought it was good.
It was good. I got the prime rib there, and it was good.
But
I mean,
to be honest with you, the view. Now I like the view from the Peddler better. We sit on the water. That's nice.
Cherokee Grill's very nice on the inside.
It is, but I mean the Peddler's view, you can't beat
If
that.
you can sit there at the window.
If you can get a window seat.
Yeah.
But as far as the steak itself, my steak at the Peddler was a little tougher. It was both ribeyes. This one at the Peddler that night was a little bit tough, a little chewy. It had flavor, but it was just chewy. And the one I had at Cherokee Grill, you could cut it with your fork. So that's the difference there between those two for me. We're basically going to be riding through here reviewing every restaurant in town. I don't understand why they closed the Shoney's down here and put that little rinky-dink thing there where Hardee's used to be. I don't know why they did that, but that Shoney's was there since I was a kid. I don't ever remember that Shoney's not being on the main strip down here until a couple
And
years
it was
back.
always busy.
Yeah.
Anytime you go by there, they were always busy.
Might as well leave it on to the Sleepy Bear since we
Got this far.
got this far.
Looks like it's going to be a crowded weekend. We always roll our window down. We get to Gatlinburg in a hat next.
Well, you're right in front of a
Smell
vape
it.
lounge. I don't know if you want to smell that or not.
Well, I don't see.
Yeah, Gatlinburg usually has a lot of food cooking. You have a great smell
Okay,
coming
so
in.
I smell a little bit now. I don't like it when you smell the distillers, whatever those are.
Yeah, the vape
Moonshine.
stores and the distilleries. I could care less about ever smelling that mess. But Fanny Farkles, that's always a good, pleasant smell.
Oh, where are they going to put that? Blue tack.
What in the world? That's where World of Illusions was.
And the pocketbook place.
Huh. Gatlinburg's changed over the
It
years.
always changes.
I smell Fanny Farkles a little bit.
Yeah.
Can Tyler smell or taste yet?
I think it comes and goes.
Is it starting to gradually make its way back?
Well, I know Tuesday when he came over, he said he could barely taste the Mexican food I made.
Our son had the virus back in August and still can't have taste. Just to tell you how the tourism has changed in Gatlinburg just since we've been married. And again, it'll be 29 years in April, but it just don't really seem like it. There used to be times you could come here and you'd buy the town to yourself, and Christmas was one of them.
Christmas week, yeah, we used to come
Christmas
for the week.
Yeah, I mean, not literally to yourself, but
It was enough to where restaurants would close
on Christmas Day, and I still think they ought to.
Right.
But we're often up here on Christmas Day, and I don't expect anybody to open for me. I can go to Food City on Christmas Day and get me enough food to last, and that don't bother
Not
me
on
a
Christmas
bit.
Day, but before Christmas.
I said Christmas Eve, or maybe I did. I meant to say Christmas
Well,
Eve.
unless I misunderstood you.
Anyway, but back then, just about everything did. There was one Chinese restaurant that used to be open.
Yep.
Now a lot of stuff is. I think some places still do. But yeah, Christmas week. Once they started doing the Winterfest, the lights, it started becoming more and more popular. And then January, February, it was pretty much dead, and now it might be a little less then, but still crowds. October's always been a busy time. But most of our favorite stores are gone now. You have to pick a new favorite, and then you realize they're going to shut it down in a few years too. Little hand weaver store up here, that was a good one.
It was, yeah, and it was like a big store.
Remember Creations by Carol?
Yeah. Lorelei's right down.
That Creations by Carol, that was when they had that electric lighter, and we got my mom up here, and I told her, I said, squeeze that lighter, it gives off a funny smell. I didn't tell her, well, what it actually does is it shocks you. So,
She was real happy.
yeah, she spoke to me for an hour or two after that.
If looks could kill.
I've seen Anarchista. I've
It's
seen
nice.
it. Yeah. I don't have a compelling desire to go back. It was exciting that one night. We saw a bear within
Oh, we were waiting
5
for
feet
the
of us.
bus to go back down. Yeah.
The people start hollering, and all of a sudden we see a bear walking by.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
It was.
Then everybody started yelling at him to go on. He climbs over the fence.
He's like, "Fine, I'll leave then."
How do they take a motel? Is student lodge? Is that basically?
I don't know. I noticed that.
What students? I mean, there's not even a college here.
I don't know. Is there an art school or something nearby? Ain't there?
Maybe. I don't know what. Gatlinburg Mountain Inn. Folks, we're getting there. We're almost at our motel, so just want to let you see where it's at. It's just a little basic standard motel room. But we've always been happy there.
Well, didn't Jessica say she thought that was closing down?
Yeah.
It just says, sorry, it looked open. I mean, they closed early afternoon, but it didn't.
Well, she said flapjacks, but there's like 7 of them.
But I was thinking she said that one. I'll have to ask her.
Now, where that Smart Bank is, you don't remember this. You said there used to be a movie theater right there.
I remember it was Elwood Smooches.
That was after the movie theater. That was the same building.
Yeah.
That building's gone now. They built that bank. Yeah, it used to be the Hillbilly Hoedown.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what it was called.
He had the best joke on that. No, I could not get over that joke. They brought somebody up there out of the crowd, and they had him sit on a stool, and he says, "I'm sorry that stool's so hard. I bought some stool softener and put it on it, but it didn't help." That was good. About the only funny part of that show. I bailed after 30 minutes after that.
Alright, we have arrived
At the Sleepy Bear. This has been our go-to place for many, many years.
and once we get checked in, we're going to go eat.
We are going to go eat. So I'm going to pull in here. You're going to unplug the camera. And we will see y'all in the next review.